Whenever you put together an event like a car show or a Lego convention or even a small gathering with your friends, there's always one big question that you ask. Will people show up? It takes guts to bring people together. You have to face the fact that people might not show up, and that is scary. Scary enough to keep some people from even trying. So yeah, it might suck if no one shows up. But let me ask you something. What if someone did? Today I want to challenge you to start that thing that you've been wanting to start, whether it's a club, a sports league, a small group, a party, or a band. Whatever it is, act on it. Last week I got to help throw a car show at Cheekwood Botanical Gardens in Nashville, Tennessee. At the car show, there were 4 key things that I noticed and learned about bringing people together, and I want to go over them today. So number 1, you have to have the idea. The idea is the basis for everything. So in this example, with the car show was the idea, We're going to bring together cars, we're going to bring together people and their love for bikes, and where are we going to do it, and when are we going to do it, and all that kind of stuff is the idea. What's it going to look like? What kind of posters are we going to make? What's the aesthetic? What's the vibe? That is all stuff that I would include in the idea of the event that you want to do. Number 2 is the action, taking the idea and making it a reality. So this is when you do emails, you find people, you do calls, you text people, you start gathering people, and you figure out a way to actually make it happen. You call rental places if you need speakers, you call venues if you're going to need a place where you can actually host the event, So this is all the action in getting people to help you. Number 3, the people. This is probably the most important part because none of this exists without people. If you're trying to throw an event, a gathering of people of some sorts, then people must be involved, okay? Even if it's Zoom, okay? You still need help. And I think that's the biggest, most important part of all this is people is at the center, love is at the center, and you're wanting to do this right, and you're treating people well, then people are going to want to help you, and you need people to help you because you can't do it alone. So, for example, in the car show, I was there as a sound guy and someone who was just kind of brute forcing, carrying stuff around all day, moving stuff, helping with sound, and there was 50 other people helping Mark, who was in charge of the whole event, get this thing done. And so that's why number 3 is people. Number 4, execution. This is when the event is actually happening. So, a few days before the event, you're going to want to help set up and get ready and make sure you have all the things that you need to make the event run well. And then, for example, like at the car show, my boss Mark was in charge of the whole thing. So when the car show was actually going on, he was busy all the time making sure people had what they needed, making sure everything was running smoothly, answering any questions that came along. So overall, the car show went amazingly smooth. And then it also includes cleaning up and ending it and making sure everything gets put back where it came from and putting a nice little bow on everything. And that is the 4 things that I learned while helping throw this car show at Cheekwood. Okay, there's just one last crazy thing I have to mention. So last weekend when I was working at Cheekwood, they had people that were coming in to talk about their bikes and give kind of the history behind the motorcycles and also behind the cars. And every time there was someone talking about something, I was in charge of taking the speaker over to them so that they could project their voice through the speaker, whatever. Well, anyway, one of the people who had their bikes at Cheekwood this week, was a person from American Pickers, the TV show on the History Channel where they go around and find stuff like antiques and all kinds of things like that.
People that are collectors aren't just passionate about the things that they own. They're also passionate about their local history and their community. So it's not unusual for somebody that we're picking to be involved with the local historical society.
And that show has a very special place in my heart because that is what I used to watch with my grandpa and my family all the time. It was a great show, and so I saw this guy's name, Mike Wolf, and I recognized it. And Mike Wolf is literally the main American Pickers guy. He is the guy who did American Pickers. And he was talking about his bike. So I got to actually go set up his microphone and everything and talk to him. And I got a picture with him. And it was just really cool. And I told him that, like, my grandpa used to watch his show and everything. And he was a super nice guy and gave a lot of a really good talk about his bike. So, yeah, that was just one thing I had to include in this video because it was a good memory. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that some part of this video might have encouraged you. I hope this video made it to the right person who just needed to hear that and get the extra push today to do that thing that they've been wanting to do. So I know that I've been there when I haven't been afraid to start something, but I needed to. And so I just thought I'd make this video because who knows who's out there that might need to hear that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.